So guys, I uploaded the first version of this video, but they didn't like it because it was like copyright video from the Euromaidan protest of 2014. They didn't like it. It's not just that they didn't monetize it. The comments were turned off and it wouldn't let me turn the comments on. So I deleted that video entirely. I'm not going to have a video that I can't monetize and I don't have comments turned on, and it won't let me turn the comments on. So I like comments on. That's a non-negotiable. I'm not going to have a video where the comments are turned off. So I'm redoing the video. But anyways, I just want to talk about the Euromaidan protests in Ukraine, all that stuff. SHTF is a process, okay? It's not an event. And so the SHTF fantasy of like how the movies work, everybody thinks that the SHTF end of the world societal collapse is just magically going to happen. Like one day you're going to wake up and all hell breaks loose. But in reality, SHTF is a lot messier than that. And you could have a scene like this on the road, which looks pretty apocalyptic, but 2 blocks down the road, there's a building with electricity. Life goes on. People are eating dinner. Normal shit's going on, right? Like whenever you see these crazy, unhinged civil unrest videos, a lot of times 2 blocks away, life is normal. This is just one little, epicenter of where the action is. But if you go like 2 blocks away, things are completely normal. And I have friends of mine that have been in different conflict zones, including people that leave comments. Leave the comments if you've been in a war zone, if you've been in a country that's having a low intensity conflict. Go ahead and leave a comment. You know what I'm talking about. Like you walk down the street and they're still selling slushies out the slushie machine. There was just a gunfight in the middle of the road, but you walk down the street and they're still selling slushies out the slushie machine. Or just anybody that's lived in a bad neighborhood. All hell could break loose. There could be a gang shootout, a riot, and like I said, you go down the street, you still get you a Polar Pop. The slushy machine is still operating. And so this is the biggest disconnect mentally people are going to face. People aren't going to realize how much danger they're in because the gas station is still going to be open. The Walmart is still going to be open. Everything's like the Wi-Fi will still be on and everything, but you'll still be in kind of a SHTF situation. And it's like the frog in the boiling pot of water. You won't even realize how much danger you're in, that basically things are getting worse and worse because slowly systems are starting to fail. And this is really how things are going to go down. And that's this is going to, a lot of people are going to get mad because they think they're going to wake up someday and SHTF is just going to happen. But that's not really how the world works. Uh, systems start to fail on their own. This system fails, then this system fails, or this system becomes less reliable. And that's really what I have tried to implement into my preparedness strategy, is trying to prepare for those realistic flashpoints: hurricanes, pandemics, social unrest, economic crisis. And I don't think in America these things will culminate immediately into an apocalypse. Some moments of it might look apocalyptic, but I think it would be more of a process than an event. And I think this is what a lot of people get wrong about the whole societal collapse SHTF thing, that one day things are going to be normal and then immediately you're going to be living in the Fallout universe. It's not really how things work. But anyways, guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. See you guys in the next one. Jordan Jareb signing off.